Hello, welcome to Tehele Founders podcast. Tehele Ventures is a Silicon Valley based venture capital platform that helps startups in the US and across the world find investors and raise capital. To discuss about his Tehele experience, today we have the founder of Heizen, Nijansh. His company is an Indian founded company in San Francisco that designs custom AI systems to enhance operational efficiency for enterprises. Welcome to the show and good to see you.
Thanks, Danny. Great to be here. Looking forward to this conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't you start with a little bit of a background about your company, what you guys do, what is the product, and maybe something that you can share about it.
Sure. So, we at Heizen are an AI native software services company. Uh, the goal is to uh, build production quality software uh, at a much faster pace than any other option out there. Uh, this is different from vibe coding, where you just give a prompt and get code. We are dealing with all other aspects of coding, right from planning, testing, deployment, everything, but making sure everything is production quality, where companies from startups to enterprises, everyone can use in their environment.
Yeah, no, that's a very great idea. I know that you've already raised $500,000. With that, could you speak to your experience with the Televentures platform? Maybe your feedback, something that you wanna share about it.
Sure. So yeah, we raised 500,000 in pre-seed funding last year. Uh, I think we are in a very interesting time right now, where a lot of new innovation is happening, primarily due to AI, but all other market forces as well. And for founders, fundraising is a very uh, not really well documented or well thought laid out process. They need to speak with their network, figure out where they want to raise funds from, and that's where the Tehele Ventures platform really helps. It's a one source of all information where you can connect with investors, see the latest market trends, how your uh, company is positioned. Everything can be done in one platform itself.
Hmm. And do you have a favorite feature there? I know that there are many things like Tehele AI and Ask Tehele, and you have a bunch of different templates for different purposes, legal and financial projections, and so on. But do you have one or two favorite features on the platform?
Right. I think the startup toolkit in the platform is really helpful. Uh, as a founder, initially you well, go about building your product and look after the business. And there are multiple other things that you really don't have any idea of. As you mentioned, legal, there's financial, other aspects, the non so glamorous parts of building a business. So I think the startup toolkit is a good feature to get started with this process, especially when you're a first time founder or really early in the process.
And what about some of the AI features? Have you had a chance to work with them, or maybe you have some feedback you want to share?
Right. The Ask Taylor feature is also great. I think if you're not uh, looking for any particular questions, there are a lot of nuances, very specific questions to your startup, which you are looking to get answers from, which really you can't answer on Google or ChatGPT. And either you need someone who is a very good expert on the other end. So that's one of the features where you can on Ask Taylor, where you can simply just put in your question and get answers to based on very customized to your query.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. And I like your story because you're a startup founder who is raising funds. You have already raised $500,000, and I assume you're gonna continue with your next rounds. So where does the heli come in for you as a founder? Where is it most helpful? At what stage? Maybe in your personal experience, when do startups should consider Tehele, and what is the biggest value in it for you?
I think even if you're thinking of idea and looking to build a startup, right from the idea stage till you have a product and customers, everyone in their journey can get on the platform. Uh, Initially, you would be just uh, f- crafting your page, making optimizing it, making it relevant for different investors. But over time as well, once you have raised funds, I think the platform is relevant to see what's trending in the market. When is the right time to raise your next round? How much capital do you need? Where do you invest in? I think all aspects of that uh, uh, you can really get on the platform and understand.
Yeah, makes sense. So it's not just for the fundraising process, but also after that, you continue to keep an eye on the market, on the trends, be ready, be prepared for your next round, and so on.
Right.
Um, so curious about your company. You said that you've raised pre-seed last year. Do you plan to continue with fundraising and raise a seed round next, or maybe you have some specific type of investors you're looking for? If you can share.
Right. Uh, yeah, we raised one round last year. I think we are profitable, so we are not really looking for capital, but definitely for the next phase of growth, we need to keep an eye on what's the market trends like. And we are experimenting with different go-to-market channels across the board, right from content and trade shows to uh, performance marketing, everything. And once we have narrowed down our uh, path forward where you want to invest in, we'll raise our next round. But right now, it's more about figuring out what's the best channel, where the best we can get the best bang out of the buck, and uh, scale the company to the 10x to the next level.
hmm Yeah, makes sense because as a founder of a company of a startup, you don't necessarily need raising funds all the time, especially if you're profitable, if you can sustain that.
Right.
There are different strategies with that, right? And
Right.
I really like how you approach that. You have your funds, you build this system, and then if you want to scale, then you can consider the next step.
Right.
Um, so lastly, before we go, I'd like you to give an opportunity to share some advice with other startups, maybe in the realm of fundraising or with a platform or something that you want to share with your fellow startup founders.
Right. Definitely. Uh, I think a lot of people approach fundraising as a process where you need capital, then you start the fundraising process. But it's not like that. It's whenever you start thinking of an idea, you should definitely start thinking of how do you want to get funds, when do you want to get funds. It's just not to get money to build the business. It's also about streamlining your thought process. What's the idea you're working on? Investors ask a lot of very uh, insightful questions where which you need to yourself work on. So the process in itself helps you craft your story. What do you want to build? What are the bottlenecks that you can expect? The channel challenges and risks over time. So it's an activity you should definitely keep doing in parallel, not just when you require money. It's a ongoing process.